Guys, how you doing? I appreciate you guys checking back in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever you looking at this video, I just really do appreciate you checking back in. Obviously, you're getting some value from what I'm talking about, or you're just interested in learning how I did it. So, I just want to go on to this next video pretty much telling you that the next thing that you're going to need, and really you should have had this already. I had mine as early as I've been having computers in my life. I actually had me a printer, but you're gonna need you an inkjet printer to be able to do this next thing in your business that you're gonna be running from your home. This is what I did in my business. So after getting my heat press and I got the vinyl cutter at the same time, I wind up going to a trade show. Actually, a guy, I met him through my sister actually, and he told me about a trade show that was coming to town and that I should go. This is where all the people are going to be at with all the machinery and the this and that. Man, I didn't know nothing. I actually goofed up on that, I guess, and that was really the real journey in my whole thing. After seeing the equipment and seeing all the people and the major players in the game, I was like, you know what, I think I can do this. They're accessible and I see a value in it, in accordance to working with what I was already doing. I'm just like, man, let me piggyback on this. I can probably make a business out of it. So in my home base apparel and printing business, and in yours too, you're gonna need your inkjet printer. I got the one that does like all-in-one, office jet, all around 4-in-1, print, copy, scan, and fax, which you might not even need to fax, but I still make money on fax in my actual business. So anyway, that ain't even about that. Let me tell you what you're gonna need. You need that printer, and you're gonna need to get you some transfer paper. You're gonna need to get you some light color transfer paper and some dark color transfer paper. Light color transfer paper, you use that on light color shirts, white, sky blues, just anything that you don't really mind, or that you're not gonna have any white in it. Because if you're gonna use white, if you need white in your artwork, you should use the opaque transfer paper, and that's much better to use on dark color shirts, black, navy blues, you know, stuff like that. But on the light color transfer paper, you use that on the whites. It doesn't leave an outline. That's like one of the beautiful things about using the transfer paper. If you want to give somebody some artwork and not have the box, but now you're kind of limited to only doing light color shirts, white shirts, maybe some sport gray or whatever the case is, but you don't have any white in your artwork, but you don't have an outline either. And on some stuff, it's going to look dope. On the white, it's going to look perfect because the white outline of the shirt is going to be the actual background that you need for if it has white in the artwork. But if you're using dark color shirts, get you the opaque paper. I'm going to be honest with you. You need both of them. Just get them both and play with them. They really cheap. I'm going to explain to you in a minute how to get some money on that. But they really cheap and they're very versatile. You can cut them out, you know, if you want to contour cut it and get like shapes or whatever. Actually, if you got a vinyl cutter, you'll be able to set the actual marks on the artwork that you can actually print it. Then you can take it over to your cutter, put it in your cutter, run it through your software. You're gonna need some I use Illustrator and Rolling Cut Studios. You're gonna need something that comes with like your Cricut cutter, whatever it is to do your art with, and you just put it in there, put your registration marks, that's what it's called. Put the machine in, it's gonna cut it right out and you're gonna be good. But if not, just take you some scissors, get you an X-Acto knife, you know, get in there real smooth, knock it out, won't be a problem. But yeah, that's pretty much what you're gonna need: an inkjet printer, some transfer paper. This is what was my natural progression that I did. Now, this is the good part. Let me explain to you how you're gonna make money off the transfer sheet. All right, the transfer sheets, from where I get them from, and I'm not sharing any names. Y'all know how I do. I don't share names until I talk with people and they decide they want to do something with me. Maybe we can do some business. If not, but you might find something better than what I'm using. I'm not claiming to have the best paper on the market. I'm not claiming to know every single thing, but the stuff that I know, it can save you a bunch of time and put a lot of money in your pocket. You don't have to make none of these drastic, costly mistakes that I made. So you need somebody that's a couple steps ahead of you to explain to you the steps that you need to make so that you don't make those mistakes, because I made tons of them. They was very expensive. Y'all ain't gonna have to make those. So anyway, getting back to the story, this how you gonna make your money. Transfer sheets. I get my opaque transfer sheets for $165 for 100 sheets of the 11 by 17. This is like, you know, wide format sheets. 11 by 17s cost me like $165. I think that breaks down to about 86, maybe 87 cents a piece if I slice them down half. But otherwise, I think they like $1.65 a piece. But $1.65 a piece really ain't no money. So this is how I do it. My 8.5 by 11s. I sell my 8.5 by 11s on a t-shirt. If I supply the t-shirt, I sell that for $20. T-shirts, depending on where we getting the t-shirts, how many we buying, you know, because we got to buy them wholesale. That's the only way you get a good price. So you need your t-shirt wholesaler too, but that's going to come in later. And you meet them at the trade shows as well. So make sure you go to them trade shows. If you can get to any print apparel trade shows, anything like that, you can hit me in my email. You can maybe comment down below if you're interested in going to any one of those. I'll actually share that information. It's not really a biggie, but I want to know that you guys are actually watching the video. So if you're interested in any of the trade show stuff, put the comment at the bottom. You can send me an email and I'll try my best to get back to everybody, or I'll try my best to reply and just put that down there. But anyway, $165 a sheet if I'm doing the 11 by 17s. If I do an 11 by 17 on a person's shirt and I'm only doing one shirt, I'm charging them $25 to do that shirt. The cost of the shirts, I think I was getting ready to break it down for you. You're gonna pay between $2 and maybe $5 a shirt. White t-shirts, you're getting a bunch of them. You can probably get them for around $2 a piece. Now I'm only talking small to extra large. When you start getting into them bigger sizes, they start charging more money. It's gonna cost you more money. You have to charge your customers accordingly. So and you're gonna have to figure out your price. And I don't know what part of the country you live in, what part of the world, but you price according to where you need to be. But for me, $165 for 100 sheets. If I'm charging them $25 a shirt, if they're getting the big sizes, I mean, I can make that money back in like 10 shirts and put a little money in my pocket. Now you talking 10 sheets, I still have 90 sheets. Do the math on that. If I'm slicing them down half, you make more money like this. If you slicing them down half, now you're making more money because you're only making $25 for the big one, or me anyway. I make $25 for the big one, but for the small one, I'm charging $20. So, shirt, if it's a white shirt, or you know, I get a bunch of something on a sale or something, we talking $2.50, maybe $3 a shirt. $3 a shirt, transfer, slice it down half, cost me 86, 87 cents. I'm paying less than $4 for a shirt. I'm charging $20 for it. We're looking at like $15 profit. If I do that 2 times off one sheet, I'm making $30 profit. So that's just a free gimme to you guys. I know a lot of people frown up at the transfer shirts because they probably really not the best of quality when you're putting them on garments, but they do last for a long time, to be honest with you. The light color ones, they do tend to fade a little bit, but the art is going to always be there, and it's going to start to feel extra soft on it, like really soft to the touch. You won't even know that it's there. You won't even know it's a transfer. You'll think it's a DTG shirt. But if you get the opaque transfers, the ones that lead the box, now you're gonna always be able to feel that on the shirt, but it keeps its color and it looks fantastic for years to come. And if you contour cut it, I have sweaters. I don't have them on hand now, and I wish I did so I could show you, but I have sweaters that I made years ago, man. And I just cut out like little logos and emblems and stuff, put them on the shirt, and the sweater actually looks good to this day. No fading, no nothing, and it looks just as good as a silkscreen or a DTG shirt. You're only limited by your imagination when making apparel, and in due time I'm gonna break it all down to you guys and actually show you how I'm doing shirts. We just really going over the things that you need. So give me a second, I'm gonna show you the transfer papers that I use. Alright, so just looking at the paper, you won't even know what the difference is. They pretty much look exactly alike. Whoever makes these papers, they put some stuff on them to allow these papers to transfer the ink onto the shirt. That's what they're transfer sheets. So, and they're inkjet transfer sheets, so they don't work with any other inks. And that's another thing, y'all gonna have to learn about these different inks. In my company, I'm using sublimation ink, I'm using dye ink, I'm using toner ink, I'm using inkjet, pigment ink, I'm using I have latex ink that I use on my wide format printing. I mean, it's a lot of different inks that's in the game, but y'all not even gonna be on that right now. These sheets look exactly alike. The only way you're gonna know them different is that you're gonna flip them over. And this is gonna tell you this is for the opaque shirts, and this is a soft touch shirt. So this is for light colors and this is for dark. This is the one that's gonna leave the outline on it. The ink is gonna be in the inside. You don't have to worry about knowing what to do, because when you purchase these, they're gonna come with instructions. They're gonna tell you the type of printers that you should be using, the heat you should be using, the time frame, and everything. So you guys, get you some transfer paper and get you some extra money. I mean, because like using heat transfer vinyl is very time consuming. You have to put the artwork in there. You gotta cut it with your vinyl cutter. You have to weed it out. Then you have to place it on the shirt. And some people cold with it. Like, I was bananas with it when I first got into it, and I still have it to this day. Even though I want to get rid of it, I can't put it down. People won't let me. And so those are like my two bottom bitches, pretty much. The ones that got me in the game, the vinyl cutter and the heat press. Those are the ones that got me in the game. Then after getting the vinyl cutter and the heat press, people wanted colors. They wanted realism in their images. And when you get the transfer, whatever you print out is what you put on that shirt. So that's gonna get you in the game, and it's gonna bring you a lot more money. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you got some value from this. If you did, please subscribe, hit the like video, and press the bell for notifications so that you get alerts when we dropping new videos and stuff, because we offering this value, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna get greater later, and I'm gonna be taking you guys through everything I did. So that's the third step that I got, or the third thing that I got in my home-based printing and apparel business, and I'm gonna show you guys the next stuff. So if you guys already got those three things, y'all ahead of the game. You probably got more stuff than I had when I started, but I'm gonna be telling you as it go on and stuff. So just check in for the next video. I really do appreciate it. You can also catch us on Facebook and Instagram under Techbot Customs. You can reach us on email at techbotcustoms@gmail.com. You can, what else? You can also check us out on our website if you want to get some of this fresh apparel that we be doing, because you know we be snapping with it, like all over, front and back. Man, it's banana. I do the hats too, so if you want to get some hats, you want to get some shirts, you want to get some custom size, we do a lot of stuff. You know how it is. You already know how we do. So come check us out. The information is free and stuff. The merchandise, unfortunately, is not. So if you would like to get some, check us out. And we'll get up with you guys next time. Thank you very much for checking in. And just remember one thing. Always love and respect one another. Peace.